Welcome to Conversation with Haych. We have another amazing, superb guest for our season 2 finale. It is the amazing, Grizzle_bold. Instagram and the TikTok users, go follow that. Go check that out. We're looking at the tens of thousands of followers. You get me? Double award-winning DIYer. You get me? She's the singing DIYer. You know why? Because she's a worship leader as well. You get me? You get me? These ones. Also, she's part of the female DIY collective. Not only that, she's a production specialist at ITV. She's Mrs. G to Mr. G. The singing, the superb Miss Ziz, Jess Grizzle. I almost called you Miss Jess Grizzle, Explain to me how that would have made sense. How are you doing?
I'm good. It's nice to be here.
Excellent. So, for those who don't know who you are, who is Jess Grizzle?
Okay. Who is Jess Grizzle? First off, I'm a lover of Christ. Number one. After that, just a lot of things.
There's a lot of things that come after that.
After that, there's plenty of things. I think, if someone was to describe me, I think my personality is loud and bubbly. And I think I'm just a go-getter.
Yeah.
I don't know what else to say. Like, I'm me, really.
Do you feel like I've given you a good enough intro?
What is there left to say? What is there left to say?
Okay, so what's your funniest church story?
Haha. Okay, funniest church. I'm not good at telling stories, but I'll do my best.
Oh, you can't start the story with that.
I have to. It's a disclaimer.
No, because if the story's funny, people wouldn't have known. Now people are like, I'm picking holes. She did miss the punchline there. What's going on?
Okay, so when I'm always been a part of a choir at church. So the choir, we rehearse this beautiful song. What was the song called now? God Restores.
Okay.
Beautiful song, different parts, harmonies, everything. We minister it in Sunday service, and it's a blessing. Everyone's just like, oh. Then a couple of weeks later, a few of us thought it was midweek service, and we thought, you know what, the song. Should we do it again?
Reload.
Let's do it again.
Really?
It's midweek service, but that song is powerful.
Okay.
So we all get up there, we're asked to minister the song.
Didn't sound the same.
No. We started it off in the wrong key.
Huh?
Nobody knew their parts. It was awful. It was so bad. Luckily, it was midweek service, so there wasn't as many people there. Awful.
So I don't understand. So, were you missing some members?
We were missing some members, but
they're not key members, are they?
It didn't start off like it should have started off. And then from then, it was awful.
Was it a cappella?
It was a cappella, and nobody stopped. Like, surely you would just stop and say, do you know what, this isn't, let's just try another one. We just continued.
Yeah, you just gotta go through it.
So at the time, it wasn't funny. It wasn't funny at the time. It was funny now when I look back and I think that was the most embarrassing moment of my life.
But you can't reload something like that. When you've had like an A-star
just leave it.
Performance,
leave it.
A-star, especially when you minister in church and the choir and you shut down church, you get me, Holy Ghost, everyone's come down. You get me, everyone.
Just leave the song where it is.
You can't go back.
No, you can't really, that was a learning curve.
I don't know, you can't, and you're missing members as well.
No, it was a learning, literally that was a lesson learned.
What was the lesson learned?
Don't try and recreate it.
Try and recreate the moment.
No, the moment was there for that purpose, that time.
So when and why did you become a Christian?
When? Okay, I was born in the church. As many churchgoers, I was born in the church.
Yeah.
So I was always in the church, always on the choir. But when I think I was baptised at 12.
Okay.
And I remember just making that decision and thinking, I told my granddad first and I said, I want to get baptised. And then he was like, okay.
Yes.
Because I always believed in God. And that was the moment when I thought, okay, this is my life. I love God. This is my life. And obviously that's where it began. And then you get a deeper revelation, you get a deeper experience. So it went on from there. But yeah, I was 12 when I got baptised.
So why did you get baptised? Just because you love God and I'm like, hey, I'm
ready? Yeah, I love God.
Just really,
Obviously, you go through life and you experience more stuff, and you're like, okay, it tests your faith and stuff. But that's when I've always loved God.
Wow.
I think that's how it started.
that's good.
Yeah.
Because what I tend to hear from a lot of people doing this, and just talking in general, is like, I got baptized when I was 9 or 11. Then I got re-baptized when I was 18. That's what people tend to say. And it's just like, okay, I understand.
And then at 21.
And then at 21, and then, 30. That was, what was going on there? But I understand it because obviously you go through different parts of life, especially from like 12 to 18.
Yeah.
That secondary school phase.
Yeah.
So many changes are happening at that point.
Many changes, yeah.
So,
Yeah.
that's amazing. Now, speaking of younger Jess,
Yeah.
what did younger Jess want to be when she was older?
Happy.
Was there not like a career?
No.
It was just whatever you do, you
Jess
want to be
just wanted
happy.
to be happy.
So you've been smiling from back then?
Yeah. Mum tells me stories of me being little in the crib, waking up in the morning like,
Just bare gassed.
yeah.
Start the new
Yeah.
day.
She goes, I was the happiest child she'd ever known. I just wanted to be happy for life. This is it. Didn't want any drama. I didn't even know about drama. I just thought, let's just be happy. Genuinely didn't have a career in mind that I wanted to do.
Okay.
I liked a lot of things.
Yeah.
I like to sing. I like to draw. But never had like, I want to be this job.
Really, it wasn't like, because you know when people are younger, like
Policewoman.
policewoman,
Lawyer.
princess,
Princess.
prince,
Nah, none of
king.
that. I just wanted to be happy, I think. Yeah.
That's amazing. So what was family life like when you were younger?
Ooh, okay. So I am one of 3
Okay.
siblings. But my little brother Dexter, he wasn't born till I was 19.
Okay.
So basically growing up, it was me and my sister. She's 3 years younger than me and mum. So it was a girly household. Yeah.
So was it just like
Hormones.
just flying everywhere?
Just flying everywhere.
Wow.
That's basically it.
Oh my gosh.
Nah, hormones flying everywhere, but just a lot of love and a lot of jokes.
Okay.
And just very feminine. And the reason, you know what? I think the reason I say very feminine is because I do compare it to my husband.
Okay.
Because he's got 5 brothers.
Yeah. So it's a whole different
So
contrast.
when me and him talk about the way that we brought up, it's like his house was masculine. That's probably why it's in my head. Because no one really describes their upbringing as feminine.
I hear that.
But now I've just realised, it just...
I get what you're saying. Because especially for 19 years of your life,
Yeah.
it was just you, your sister, essentially, and your mum.
Then my brother came along.
Oh, you
But I was like, oh my God, there's a boy.
But you was 19, you kind of lived
I could have
it.
been his mum. I could have. Would have been early, but it happens.
Oh. So what principles, it does happen.
Yeah.
But what principles do you carry from early family life into now that you still kind of hold on to?
Family is important.
Okay.
Family is important. And I think my mum always taught us to like, we're family, we're there for each other, keep in touch. Like I talk to my mum all the time, to the point where, I think we're just very close. And I think it's just be yourself. Definitely be yourself and love family.
So when you were kind of going through a stage of growing up, especially kind of the secondary school years, did you kind of feel like you was being pulled from pillar to post in terms of like who you were?
Yeah.
And obviously there was a story you was telling me about you wanted to be on the roads that one time, Lady Hypes with the Z at the end. We won't go into that.
Literally, I just think I went through a phase where I just was not myself. And I think now I'm myself, I'm totally me.
Yeah.
But looking back at teenage Jess, she was trying to be something she wasn't.
Really?
To fit in. To fit in with friends. It just wasn't me. I couldn't even play the part. I'm sorry. No.
So where do you feel you kind of changed and kind of said, you know what, I'm just going to be me? When do you think that happened?
Oh, recently.
Really?
Yeah.
When you say recently, are we talking like, how recent we talking? Because recent to some people is 10 years ago.
Probably since I got married.
Really?
I've always been a people pleaser.
Wow.
Always. And I think that's to my detriment. I think if I wasn't so much of a people pleaser, I would have been myself a long time ago. I think I'm too much trying to make people happy and thinking too much about what people think of me all the time, which is exhausting.
Yeah, of course it is.
Yeah.
Because you can't please everyone.
And basically trying to please everyone and you're just being pulled and pulled and pulled. It's only since being married that I've kind of like come out of that.
So what was it about that particular time when you got married that made you say, I'm just going to be myself? What was it?
Because my husband.
Was it Mr. G?
Mr. G. He's such an independent person.
Okay.
Like, he does not care what other people think of him. He's so confident in himself.
Yeah.
And I think just being with him, I've learned, I've learned a lot.
So being with him.
Don't tell him.
Don't
tell him.
Don't tell him. He said don't tell him.
But I have learned a lot from him. And I think being with him and I've just found confidence in just being me.
Wow.
Yeah. And accepted me for me. And I'm not going to be like everyone else. I'm not going to please everyone. Not everyone's going to like me. Not everyone's going to like me. Oh, that was a deep lesson. Oh.
You felt that?
Felt that.
But that's the truth. Not everyone's going to like you. Not everyone's going to like what you do. Not everyone's going to like, where you go in your career or whatever, or what kind of jobs you go for.
No.
Not everyone's going to like you.
No.
And that's just facts.
And the thing is, I was always like, I wanted everyone to like me. Like, genuinely, like looking back, like, why am I talking to you and then having to look back and reminisce? No, genuinely, I'm the kind of person, if someone didn't like me, I needed to know why. I needed, and sometimes you don't get that answer.
But you won't, like, a lot of the time you won't, because sometimes people just don't like you because people don't like you.
I know. Yeah, it's true. And I've had to learn, I've had to learn.
Wow. And what's amazing about that is that your husband was, because of who he is, he pulled out who you were from being who he is. He didn't change to suit anything. He was just there and and then you just said, you know what, if you can be that, and then you married me.
I want that.
I want to be that. Let me be me.
Yeah, let me be me.
That is crazy.
Yeah.
So how does Jess then get into ITV, working for ITV, because obviously you've been there 6 years now. How do you get into doing that, considering you didn't really, when you were younger, you didn't really know what you wanted to do. And then you move forward a few years and then you work for ITV. What happens in that time?
So that was God.
Really?
Yeah. Because we're going to have to go way back now. Way back.
Let's go back.
So I remember being in school, when you're doing GCSEs and you have to pick A-levels and all that, I remember doing health and social care because my mum's a social worker. I would sit down with mum and she was like, what do you want to be? And we would go through so many different careers and I didn't want to do any of them. And I could see mum's disappointment in her face, like, what is going to become of my daughter? But I didn't want to do any of it. Yeah. And the thing is, looking back now, I am creative. And I think all the times we were talking, all the things that were coming up were like doctor, lawyer, hospital, like
kind of straight
nurse,
to the point.
Doctor, medical, no. So I really didn't know, because creative was just not in my mind. Anything creative, anything was just not in my mind. I was thinking career, what's going to get me paid?
Do you kind of think, sorry to cut you on that, but do you kind of think the reason why the creative wasn't in your mind is because you were still trying to do the whole people-pleasing thing?
Yeah, probably, yeah. I wanted to be an academic. No, I didn't want to be an academic. I thought I had to be an academic. I thought I had to, and
So how do you get into ITV then?
So I went through working at New Look, retail. Thought I wanted to be a visual merchandiser. Thought, yeah, man, I can make this look beautiful.
You look at the shop like if that was over there, with that outfit on that.
Worked in Harvester. I got tips though.
Okay.
Because I was that friendly.
You smiled? Yeah. Hi guys, what you want?
I was good. I carried everything.
You say you carried everything?
Yeah, man. I was just good. That's a skill. Don't even laugh. That is a skill.
Nah, it's a skill, you know.
Being able to carry all the plates is a skill.
It's a skill.
I was good at that. I used to forget some orders in the beginning, but, I got over that. It was good. Worked at H&M, folded the jeans like a G. Like, that was my thing. So then, imagine, I was good at what I did, but it wasn't making me happy. Nothing was like really... Then my mum got an email. She was in like a mum's group. And I'm 23 at this point, you know. So there's something about starting late. Anyway, I was 23 at this point. She had an email about, ITV's doing apprenticeships. So then I applied, and when I get there, everybody's young.
Oh, 18.
Yeah. Everyone's... So I'm there thinking, oh my God, 23. Everyone I know is graduated. Everyone I know is in their careers. And I'm doing the vending machine and I'm bringing the post. And I'm doing it with a smile because what else am I going to do? So that's how I started. And I remember when I started, they were saying, it's an apprenticeship, it's a year, we probably won't be able to keep you on. So I'm thinking, okay, what am I going to do next? And 6 years later, I'm still there. Yeah.
No, you missed that whole, the chunk there, you know. How are you going to say, I did an apprenticeship. They said they weren't too sure to keep me on. And 6 years later, I'm still there. What? How do you mean you missed out a whole chunk of information?
Okay.
So, because you try to leave us on a cliffhanger, yep, I'm still there. You don't need to know how I'm still there.
I started off as the apprenticeship.
Yeah.
At the apprentice. Then I became the production coordinator.
Yeah.
Coordinator's assistant.
So they kept you on.
So they kept me up. Because I was good. I was good at the admin, I was good. I was good at the post. The vending machine was always full. Always. Keep the people happy, man. So, did that.
Yeah.
Then I applied for Production Specialist.
Okay.
Which is the technical team. Applied for that and got that. And yeah.
You see how we needed
that?
Yeah,
we needed that.
You see how we understand how we needed that part of the story?
So now Hold tight, Debs. I'm a line manager from the, she kept me. I don't even know if she's going to watch it, but I did.
Thanks for keeping me, Debs. I appreciate you.
Thank you. Yeah.
So what would you say you've learnt most about, especially like working in ITV? What's the thing that you've learnt most about that particular type of industry?
TV is lies. No, I've learnt, that sounded really deep, but it sounded deep. It's not that deep.
Yeah.
Filming.
Exaggerating stuff,
shots, filming stuff earlier, but pretending it's like, so am I doing all the secrets?
No. People know. People know. Like, people know EastEnders got filmed in July, the Christmas episode.
Okay, yeah.
All them kind
I don't
of
want to get in,
Yeah.
So I've learnt all the behind the scenes. About TV and stuff.
Has it made you want to be on screen?
There was one stage.
Oh, you wanted to be, because you do obviously West Midlands and East Midlands news, isn't it? So, did you ever want to be like a news presenter?
No.
Oh, okay. Whoa.
I wanted to be this.
Oh, where we go?
Yeah. I'm glad that you knew.
The thing is, when I saw that
northeasterly wind. No, there was one stage.
Really?
Yeah, floating around. There is like me practicing.
Why did you want to be a weather woman?
I don't know. I just the weather presenter we had at the time, Lucy. I just loved it. I did.
And you thought?
I thought I'd be good at it.
Bring me to the table, guys.
Yeah, a little bit.
As soon as someone sees that, I'm like.
But yeah. I just thought,
Hi, it's Jess. Here's your weather for today. Birmingham is going to be cold.
Yeah.
And everywhere else is going to be cold. See you guys tomorrow.
I thought that could be me.
So what changed?
That changed because I remember being back then and thinking, how is a black girl, we're going deep now, how is a black girl going to be on screen, because I was going natural at the time, so I wasn't having any weaves anymore, I wanted throws. How am I going to be on there with a throw?
You thought that deeply into it? Is that something because you hadn't seen black women like that? I hadn't seen black women like that. Number two, there was talk in the office about appearance of on-screen presenters. No one's ever said to me, black girls can't do it. Got ya. Making that very clear. No one's ever said that to me. But I could see that some people had to take out hair extensions, like Caucasian people had to take out hair extensions. Really? Someone had to kind of fix up her hair. And these weren't black people, but I'm thinking, if you're going to tell them this, you know, to take out her hair extensions, or this person has to straighten her hair,
What's happening with me and my twist out? Like, how is that going to work?
It's
So
true.
no one actually said that to me.
But you heard
But
the
then I heard
conversations.
that and I thought, let's just stop that right there.
But in terms of you being a black woman in that kind of environment,
Yeah.
do you have to do a bit more because of your skin colour, or do you kind of feel like everyone, from what you've seen, everyone's kind of like same level?
I'll be honest, I think ITV as a broadcaster is very inclusive. I've never felt, apart from that, but it wasn't because someone told me anything.
It's just because you...
Yeah, it's because...
And then you thought...
Yeah, in my head I'm thinking, how is that going to work? Am I really going to have to weave my hair?
Yeah.
Am I going to have to press it every minute?
Got ya.
If someone says, oh, can you do it now? And
Yeah.
it was all of that. But yeah, I've never felt like I'm having to do more. But that's testament to ITV as a broadcaster. I couldn't say that about the whole of the media industry.
But from where you are, you're just like, listen,
Yeah.
I don't feel that in terms of what you
Yeah.
do. Okay. So, we'll get onto this in a minute.
Yeah.
In terms of your social media influencing.
Yeah. That.
But how do you balance work, marriage, social media influencer, and life?
I don't know. It's it's a lot. It's a lot. But I think when you love something, it doesn't cripple you.
So there's time.
There's time. And you just prioritize. You prioritize what means a lot to you. Yeah.
What tips would you give to someone who's trying to do the same?
Invest your time. Maybe invest money. But just invest. If you're passionate about something, it's going to have fruit. But it needs to start with passion. It needs to start there.
So basically, don't start something that you do it
You
just
have to
because you've
believe in it.
seen someone else do it. You think,
Yeah.
I want to get those accolades, I want to
Yeah.
get those results, I want
Yeah.
to have those sponsorships and X, Y, and Z.
Yeah.
Don't just do it because of that. Do it because
Yeah.
you're passionate about what you do.
Yeah. And as believers, make sure God is at the center of everything. Because it's easy to just go and run and try something. But to try and run with something and God is not there, that's tricky ground.
No, I hear that.
Yeah.
How important is it in terms of, like, with your partner being Mr. G?
Yeah.
How important is it to have the right partner when you're trying to do something like this in
It's
terms
very
of balance?
It's very important because you need support. And marriage, like even going into marriage, before you even have any dreams, it's important to make that decision, make that choice the right one. It is.
So how did you and Mr. G meet? See this rat just I felt this, so you get me?
How did we meet? Okay, so me and Mr. G, we grew up in the same church.
Okay.
So there's like a video floating around of us two at 5 years old.
Those ain't holding hands.
No? No, what is it? I'm a church girl, stop it. No. Okay, we're on the junior choir.
Okay.
It's a Sunday school program.
Yeah.
And then I'm in a pink dress, you know, like as I do. And then he's shorter than me because boys shoot up later.
Yeah.
But we're on the front row. The whole junior choir's there, and we're like, his clap is more like, hold on. Wait, no, I can't even. This is it. It's more like that, and then I'm like, yeah. That's how we didn't talk to each other then.
Okay.
But that's how we were just in the same church.
It was the clap.
Bless you. No, it does a
Solid.
yeah.
Solid.
Yeah, it was 14
Okay.
because that's when they started a thing called Youthinity. Was it Youthinity? Yeah, it was a youth club. So we'd go on a Tuesday. Was it a Wednesday or a Tuesday? Wednesday. And everyone would just chill. And that was the first time the girls and the boys spoke to each other. Yeah. As friends.
The reason why I ask how do you guys meet is because we talk about the importance of having a partner and stuff like that. However, where you meet certain people sometimes you don't even realise that person's there. So
Yeah.
like for you met him in church,
Yeah.
probably not really thinking at that point,
No,
this is gonna be my husband.
no. We were good friends. We were really good friends for years before.
So you established that friendship.
Yeah. Yeah, we were friends.
That's the key, people.
Yeah.
That friendship.
Friendship. Start with friends.
End of marriage. See how I feel about me.
No, I love doing that, you know.
Oh.
Yeah, it was friendship. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
So in terms of the whole Grizzle abode, which you're gonna come to now,
Yeah.
was he the DIYer, or was you like, oh, my husband's gone to work, or my husband's out, let's just take up the flooring? Like, how did you even start doing that?
I've always been one to do, like, with my hands, make something.
Is that because of the household that you grew up in as well? Would you say it's down to that?
Yeah, ish. I
Okay.
think it's from my nan.
Okay.
My nan would sew, knit, crochet. She would take stones from the garden, paint them,
Everything.
everything. Nan would do all of that. And I think and then my auntie, my mum's sister, she sews, knits, you know, all of that.
Yeah.
And I think it just kind of, and it got to me. So out of my generation, I'm the one that kind of
Does all that stuff.
likes the, hands-on.
So then what made you start Grizzle_abode?
The house renovation.
Okay.
So we bought our first house
Yeah.
and decided to knock down a wall.
Okay.
We didn't plan that when we moved in.
Okay.
Like we bought it, thought it, like, oh, we could just change the walls, get carpet. Then we got in, and I think it was his dad, you know. His dad was like, yeah, just knock down the wall between here and here. And I'm looking at him.
Between here
I'm
and
looking at my husband. I'm thinking, what's happening? What is happening? I just bought this house. I want it to stay pretty. But then I'm glad we did it.
Okay.
Because it opened up the space. So I just wanted all my pictures in one place.
Yeah.
So that when someone's like, oh, how's the house going? I can be like, just look.
Yeah.
That's how it started.
Just like that.
That was it.
And that's how you just thought, oh, so that's what made you start the Instagram and just be
Yeah.
like, oh, hey guys.
That was literally it. And I thought, let's have pictures in one place.
So you started it.
Yeah.
You grew it.
Yeah.
You've only been doing it for less than 2 years at this point.
Yeah.
As what we're talking, which is
Yeah.
December 2020.
Yeah. 2020.
Has it achieved what you expected it to do so far, or is it gone far past?
I didn't even know it was I did not know Instagram was what it is.
Got
And
ya.
I've learnt a lot in the last couple of months about Instagram. I just thought people put pictures up. That's all I thought. I did not know about influencing, in social media influencing. Didn't.
But,
Like, you might think that. I didn't.
but like, you're on like 20,000 plus followers,
I know.
like
How did that happen?
in less than 2 years.
Don't know. How did that happen?
What do you mean you don't know?
It's like I have learned so much, especially since lockdown. I've learned so much about the social media influencer world. I did not know, and I'm learning a lot about how it works, the behind the scenes. I didn't even know content creation was a thing.
But the craziest thing is you're not learning when you're on 400 followers.
No.
You're learning on 20,000 plus
yeah,
followers.
Yeah.
On your,
Yeah.
not even including the female DIY collective.
Yeah.
You're learning on the job
Yeah.
you're at a very good level whilst
Yeah.
learning on the job.
Yeah. People would assume
That you got it all
that
together.
I'm strategizing and
Get me?
no.
Boards and that. Like, okay,
Yeah, that's what I mean.
21st of December,
No.
Christmas coming up. Let me just post this. And
I just like pictures. And then I learnt more that, try and get more followers and
yeah.
okay. And then I started being in my stories and being on my feed. And I thought, people like to message me
But you're award
about
winning
stuff. Now.
in less than 2 years.
Now.
Think about that.
But when I
please.
started,
When you started what?
it was just pictures of my house. And then because we were renovating, there was only so many rooms we had that were finished.
So what was the turning point in terms of now people are you can see, oh, the followers have just gone through
I
the
think
roof.
me being on there
Okay.
and people DMing me and people interacting with me, and I do really well in like messaging back, engaging with people, because that's important. If someone takes the time out to DM me, I want to make effort to contact them. Eventually, it's hard because there's a,
It's 24
it's hard sometimes. Sometimes I just do a like, but at least that's showing like I've acknowledged that.
Yeah, but that's always going to happen. Because the further you get, the more.
I do worry about that.
Why?
If it gets bigger, I don't want it to lose that kind of
The essence of what
the essence of Grizzle Abode at the moment, because I love the people that I interact with, and I think I do care about them.
Really?
Yeah.
Each and every single one.
Yeah. And I think it's more than the pictures that you see. It's more than the videos that you see. It's more than the pretty stuff. It's more than the pink. It's more than that. The DMs, the people that I interact with, sometimes I'm having deep conversations with them. It's more to me than just pictures.
Do you feel like you've made, because this is how I feel, but I'm going to ask you the question.
Okay.
I feel like you've made such a big impression on especially ladies with what you're doing from a DIY perspective. You're not the only one, but this is a massive thing to me.
Yeah.
To see someone, especially black, a woman doing DIY and doing it to the point where you're able to help others.
Yeah.
Because people don't just look at it and say, oh, it's a woman doing DIY. Oh, she's messed this up. She's done this. She's done that. Da, da, da. People are going to have their opinions, but it is what it is. But I look at it like you're trying to produce excellence in your house.
Yeah.
You're bringing people into your house.
Yeah.
You're a black woman doing DIY
Yeah.
on Instagram
Yeah.
with 20,000 followers.
Yeah.
Like, isn't that like crazy?
It is, because I didn't know Grizzle Abode would get to this stage. And I love when I've done something in the house and someone's thought, oh my God, I'm going to do that. Or I'm inspired to do that. Or I've used a tool. Oh, I need that tool. Like when women pick up power tools, that just excites me. When women do things in their own home, their own domain, their safe space, their sanctuary, and can look at it and be like, I did that. That excites me. That's what I'm passionate about. Love that.
And that's what I mean. I feel like you've changed lives more than just you, tools, and what you're doing in your house. You've brought people in to essentially a safe space.
Yeah. And to know they can do it.
That's all it takes.
DIY and house renovations, it is male, what's the word?
Dominated.
Yeah.
Market.
Yeah, it's male dominated market. Women need to know you don't have to wait for that tradesman to come. Obviously, there's certain things like I'm not telling you to do your electrics and plumbing. Well, maybe plumbing, but electrics, just leave that to the electrician. Like, don't.
It's a bit tricky.
Yeah. But there's certain things that people can do for themselves. Don't have to wait. Some people are waiting for months for hoping for someone to do something, when they can just be like, I'll try it myself and save some money doing it.
And sometimes what looks like a big job isn't that big of a job.
Learn the skills, and then you don't have to ask anybody ever again. How great is that?
It's amazing. As I said, I think it's great what you're doing. You're empowering and inspiring a lot of, not just women, but especially like, there's going to be younger girls who see you and they're going to grow up seeing you grow and be like, okay, when I hit 12, I'm just going to start picking up the floor in my room and change the carpet or something like that. Do you
Parental permission.
Parental permission,
Like
obviously.
at 12. So I'm not telling any 12-year-old to take up the floor in your parents' house, because, and don't tell them Mrs. G made you do it, because.
Don't say that.
Please don't.
But in terms of inspiring them to kind of do little things around the house, like this is what it feels like he's doing. And it feels like to me, especially when I see someone who's of a certain colour where it's not dominated by that colour of person, to see you be a black woman in that space is going to inspire a lot of black girls.
Yeah.
And I just think it's amazing to me. So I just thought I should let
Yeah.
you know that I think what you're doing is is far beyond
Yeah.
what you can see, and it's gonna go so far when you hit that 100,000. You get me, with the balloons and that. You get me, do the cool reel and that. You get me.
Do you know how hard it is to think of real ideas?
You do well though.
Sometimes it's like, how can I do another transition? Like, yeah, but yeah. And there are so many women achieving amazing things on Instagram, and I love to see it.
Crazy.
We're all just there doing our thing, trying to inspire, encourage. Yeah, I love it.
So in all that you do, was there ever a time where you said to God, yo, listen, what I'm going through right now, I don't know if I'm coming out the other side, cool, good, whatever. Like, I don't know if I'm going to come out the other side. Was there ever a time in life that happened, and how did you kind of overcome that?
Yeah. There have been times where I thought, no more. But I think having faith is one of the best things, one of the most important things you can have. Especially when things are difficult. If you have nothing to lean on, if you have no experience of God and how he can move in your life, you need that experience, so then when something happens, you can say, he came through then, he can come through now. And I think when you have that, no matter how it can get difficult, it can get like really on the edge, and you're thinking, but I think having that knowledge that he will come through, it can get you through.
So with Grizzle Bold, has there any been a time in that where you thought, you know what, I just can't? Or do you?
Yeah, I think there was a moment where it all got too much.
Okay.
The comments got too much.
Got ya.
And I think I don't get many negative comments,
Okay.
It's not, but I think it was a period of time where it was just, there were a lot of opinions. And you know me, I've said I was a people pleaser. And I'm just like, it's hard. It's hard to keep smiling. And all the negative comments. And I think I got a message from someone I knew that was a bit harsh. And they were basically telling me to stop messing about. And
from someone you knew?
It came, I'm sure they meant it well. But it was so, I think that was the last straw for me. So I got a message from someone I knew, and I thought, nah, this life isn't for me, this whole social media, because you have to expect it. You have to expect it. You cannot go into this, even though I didn't go into it for this, but you cannot have a presence and a platform like I do with Grizzle Abode and not expect people to DM and not expect people to have opinion. They will. And that's what I love about it, because not everything is church, but everything is for a lesson. And God needed to teach me, you need to stop thinking about what people think and caring about what people think. You need to think about what I think. What am I thinking about you? Because, you can't be trapped, you'll be bound. And having this and having people DM me some stuff and me having to be like, God bless you. And not be like, okay, what can I do to make it different? Or what if I do this, in the beginning, I'd be like, okay, I'm so sorry. Oh. And then I'm like, why am I sorry? Why am I sorry? I've not done anything to offend anybody. I've not done anything to hurt anybody. I'm being me, 100% me. If someone has a problem with that, that's absolutely fine. But I'm trying to be me the way that God called me to be. He created me to be. Some people will not like that. And that's a lesson that's taken years for me to learn. But now I'm at the stage where this is me. I'm not changing for anybody.
Just trying to throw up a smile at the edge, just...
No, but this is me.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Now that sounds like it's just been the lesson. That every stage that you hit, you can only be you.
Yeah.
You can't be the people pleaser. You can only be you.
Yeah. But on the flip side of that, my desire is to make sure that I represent Jesus correctly. And every day that's my like, because the thought of like, imagine having a platform and now I've got how many, 1,000 followers. Imagine doing something that God is not pleased with. Oh! And I've said all this time that I serve him, I've said all this time that I love him. And then for me to do something to disrespect him or to put his name through the mud, that's my everyday, like, whatever I do, the glory belongs to him. I've even had people say, how are you going to give all the glory to God? You keep saying, oh, it's God that did this, but you need to know that you're amazing. You need to know that. And the thing is, I'm amazing because God is with me. Do you know what I mean? So then that was like, oh, but I can never forget who I serve and who created me to be who I am. Because the moment that happens, nah. So that's my everyday, just like, I need to represent you right.
What's the one thing you've learned from church that keeps you grounded every day?
The one thing I've learned from church, okay. Obviously, there's teachings, there's Bible study. So I've learned, but I think something that I've learned that they've not necessarily taught me, but just my experiences of being in church, is how to and how not to treat people without going too deep and without going controversial. But that's something I've learned, is that everyone is a soul. Everyone is a soul. You can't, treat everyone the way that Jesus would treat that person. He loves us all.
We can't say come as you are, and then you can't come as you are.
Like, like people are gonna come to the door and, sorry, you can't come in. Sorry.
Yeah.
So that's something that
sticks with, even though you didn't.
That sticks with me.
Like you were in and around church life enough to say, okay, I've learned that.
Yeah. And that's not to say that everybody thinks that way, but it's just I'm 29. I've been in church my whole life. There were many things I've learned. There's many amazing things I've learned. But that's one thing that has stuck with me, is the treatment of other people. The treatment of people. Yeah. Just love, man. Where's the love?
Where's the grace?
Where's the grace? Where's the mercy? Where's the welcoming? Where's the you're loved? Where's the you're worth it? Because we were all worth Christ's sacrifice. Don't stop it. We're all worth it.
Yeah.
And sometimes I just see the way that people talk to each other, the way that people deal with each other. It breaks my heart, you know. And if it can break my heart, my little human heart, just think, man, how God must feel, the way that we treat one another. And I'm not saying that, you know, there's not people that annoy me. There are people that annoy me.
But
I'm trying my hardest, man.
I'm
working at it to just express that love that God has for us.
What's your plans for the next 12 months?
Ooh. Plans for the next 12 months. Just continue to be me and to progress. And just see, like, it's not like I have a vision, oh, this is what I need to be doing, oh, that's what I need to be doing. I'm not gonna say that God told me you need to. But there's certain things that I just want to progress. I want to see where this goes. I want to go wherever I need to go. I want to be wherever I need to be and take Jesus with me. That's literally it, actually.
That's good.
Wherever I go, just, you know.
Hey, Jesus, come on, man.
Come on.
Oh, you already there?
Okay. Oh, yeah. Sammy, you're ahead of me. Sammy, you're ahead of me. I'm following your footsteps. Yeah, let's flip that. About come and follow me.
You pushing me.
That's not what the word says.
Nah, but I get it.
Yeah, go where? Now, can we cut that out? Can we?
Nah, because I get it. You know what it is?
Go where where his footprints are leading me.
Well, you got to remember, Jesus is pushing you, but he's already there.
He's all around.
All right,
He's pushing me to follow him.
You see how
Yeah, I like that. Yeah.
see how I try to remix it for you, you get me?
Thanks.
Last question.
Yeah.
What encouragement would you give to yourself with where you're at in life now?
Oh. Make sure you continue to be you. Because the thing is, when I've noticed that with social media, people can change. I don't want to change. I don't want it to get bigger and then I'm not me anymore. So my encouragement to myself would be continue to be you, continue to glorify God in what you do, and don't become somebody else. Don't become anything else. God, that would be horrible. I don't want to look back in 10 years and be like, oh, do you remember Jess back then? And she was all like, oh, and now look at her. She's like a shadow of her former self. No. I'd rather just stop right here. I would.
That's good.
Yeah.
That's good.
Yeah.
Jess, thank you very much.
Thank you.
I really appreciate it. This has been excellent. I really enjoyed this episode.
I was nervous, you know.
Why you keep telling people all the things, man? Just leave.
This is me.
I ain't even done the outro yet. You try to tell the people.
I'm doing yay.
Nah, you being you, be you. If it's not that, I'm
Thanks.
just that's cool. But I really enjoyed this.
Yeah.
I really did.
No, thanks for this. Thanks for the opportunity to let me talk, innit?
Get me. This is a big conversation with Haych, with the amazing, superb, supreme Jess Grizzle. Thank you guys for tuning in. This is the season 2 finale. We'll have more content for you coming very, very soon.